Mic test, mic. Hello, hello, hello. All right, we're gonna get started. I d- can you hear me? Good morning, everybody. Welcome. I am so excited to see a lot of new faces today. My name is Linda Upland. I am the director of the Entrepreneurship and Commercialization Center here at eBridge, and I am so excited that all of you are here today for a very, very special 1 million cups. We So today we are going to have two great presenters, who have been with us this entire year that they have been that since we launched our 1 million cups program here in Brownsville. So just to let you know, it has been something that we have been thinking about not just for the past year, but for years. Actually, our center was always very because we are Kaufman affiliates, through other programs we were always very excited to bring 1 million cups here. I do want to tell a story that when we first saw 1 million cups, I think, well, Julie, she's over there, she saw it first because she had gone to Kansas City with the Kaufman Foundation. But then one time we both went and we sat in this big audience in Kansas City, and we saw the presenters. They were super excited. They brought all this community together, all these people together from all different avenues of life, and some of them were not even entrepreneurs. And we said, we have to do this. We have to bring it to Brownsville. So it has been a mission of ours to get it down here, to bring it down here, and to build a community with you that you can exchange ideas, you can exchange stories, and you just network and make new friends. So thank you for being here today. We're going to get started just because we do have two presenters today. We haven't had two presenters in a while, so we're very excited. Again, 1 million cups. It's the mission is to basically provide presenters an opportunity to tell their stories, to make connections, to see how the audience and the community can support them in their entrepreneurial paths. So it is funded by the Kaufman Foundation, which is an organization that solely focuses on entrepreneurship. And the 1 Million Cups program is nationwide. It's not just here. It is all throughout the United States, and it is live streamed through the United States. So our presenters are being seen by everybody in the U.S. if they log in, not just people here in Brownsville more because we're 1 year, but we are still the newest. And out of 34, I believe, Kaufmans in the Southwest region, we are the one here in Brownsville. We have partners in McAllen that do collaborate with them, but we are excited to be that one cohort. And to tell you the truth, we have really good attendance in ours. So we are very excited about that. The key pillars for 1 million cups, these are presentations. These are not this is not somebody coming up here and just selling you something or just telling you about their product. It's about telling them their journey, their story, what actually makes them happy, what actually makes them sad, what drove them to be an entrepreneur. So it's a great for them to share and inspire the rest of our audience and our community. But today we are celebrating our 1 year anniversary. It was it was February 9th of 2023 that we decided to launch 1 million cups. It took a while for us to get it down here. It took a while for us to get organized and get it all. It took a while for us to have this community that is here now that keeps coming every single week. And for us to commit to run this program every single week, every single Wednesdays from 9 to 10 has really been quite a challenge, but it's so rewarding for us. We look forward for 1 million cups every Wednesday. So today, in representation, in celebration, we're going to have some super cool cupcakes over here by one of our presenters, which I'm not going to talk to her about her because she's going to talk herself about it. But we are excited that we are celebrating our 1 year anniversary. Since last year when we started, we have served 1,224 cups of coffee. We will now start counting all our cups of coffee, and we will be updating this number every single week for you. So keep coming back, because if that numbers get bigger, that means you're drinking coffee and you're coming to 1 million cups. And we're very, very excited for that. So that's the whole point of it, for us to drink some coffee and make some connections. The core program is held every single week. It is streamed, like I said, nationwide. We usually have 1 to 2 presenters a week. They both have around 6-7 minutes to present, and then we open it for Q&A. Ask questions. Make sure they feel welcome, that they feel like that their story matters to you, and that way you can ask questions, you can engage with them as they stand here in front of you. So, without further ado, and we'll talk a little bit more, and stay tuned after the presentations because we have some really cool announcements. But without further ado, we are going to present our first 1-year anniversary presenter, Douglas Best.
Thank you. My company is called the Partnership Institute. Now, our company was founded in 2002 here in Brownsville, Texas, and I was the director of medical continuing education at UT Brownsville. A project came along to do research on nurses in Mexico, which required to pay them a stipend. The university could not do that, so I resigned my position, created a company, signed the contracts, and hired the university for what it could do. And that became the beginning of the Partnership Institute. We ended up not only managing that project, but we found ourselves consulting in the federal prison system in Mexico regarding some of their medical capacity. And also I ended up in Sri Lanka, of all places. That's an island south of India, large island, consulting with their nursing programs as well. Our model in the Partnership Institute was influenced also by a gentleman by the name of George Kosmetsky. Now, many of you may not know who he is, but he was a co-founder of Teledyne, and he was the dean of the business school at UT Austin from 1966 to 1982. He was one of the original catalysts of Silicon Valley. And when he came to Austin, he was the man who said, you know what? Austin can be this place too. Now, this conversation was a long time ago that I had with him because he was in his 80s, okay? But he had a vision that Brownsville could be an Austin way back then. And he created something called the IC Square Institute, which was an entrepreneurial tech think tank. Now, when I went to them, they originally said I had 15 minutes of his time and he spent 4 hours with me. So you can see how important the Valley was to him. Unfortunately, he passed before he could make a significant dent in what technology could mean to Brownsville. But his legacy still lives, influenced through our company. Now, our strength as a business, we are predominantly an education company. When we started that program so many years ago, we had to develop content that was bilingual, that didn't exist, to help nurses understand what the roles were, and we had to learn what their roles were and integrate, and had to look at different transcripts. All kinds of things had to come into play. Through that journey, working with education, we got really good at video and animation. And because of that, we ended up splitting segments. So 101 Train is a segment under the Partnership Institute that focuses on education, and we have contracts with major publishers, education publishers, that publish all over the world. We created Iron Knee Studios to focus on the video and animation because I had movie theaters in rural Texas come to me and say, can you help us with commercials? So we started another segment that created video, animation, and commercials. Now, we had left the Valley for a bit and were working in the San Antonio area, but we came back about 6 years ago and we started trying to work on something new called the Sea of Shows. The Sea of Shows was in response to some of the complaints of people that go to the island in Port Isabel as tourists, saying there was nothing to do for family, kids, and they hated the retail, by the way. But in this regard, we create shows that combine animation and live performers using stories that originate from the local area. The pie squares became our research segment. So our company has acquired 10% of a medical research company in Houston. I'm trying to eventually get that research company located down here. It's a lot of issues to try to get it where it's going. But the focus in that segment is research. Now you might say, man, there's a lot of stuff here that's different, but there is a commonality in all of it, and I'll talk about that a little bit later, but it deals with working on a computer in 360-degree environments. Now, what was our greatest challenge in our growth? And it revolves around family decisions, supporting the demand that was out there, and personnel. So what happened in my company, I can tell you it's about 16 years ago, I downsized. I took everything and I took it to its lowest denominator, and I went to work as a corporate trainer with Humana Government. That's because my first son by blood was born. And I wanted to be there more in a family environment, because if you're business owners, you know you work more hours than anybody, and you're not always there for your family. And because he was my first by blood, I wanted to be there. And the fact I was adopted, it was the first time I met a blood relative. And I'm like, we're going to hook up the right way. Well, he's 16 now. And a few years ago, as he got older, I wanted to get things reinvigorated. Okay. I wanted to get the company charged back up. So we came back to the Valley. And I was actually a city councilman. I resigned it. I was on the Alamo Area Council of Governments. I resigned that. I was on the Coastal Bend Foundation Board. I was on South Texas Coast. I had to resign all those things and come back to the place where we were born, because in the end, while we were being very successful up there, my passion was for this success to happen down here. And plus, I love the fact that I finally found a use for this picture. I've been trying to figure for years, how am I going to use this picture? Okay. So we return to the beginning to finish what we started. Our biggest motivation is you. When I first came to Brownsville, it was 1986, 1 lane in, 1 lane out. I'm a nurse. I worked the emergency room, the ICUs, neonatal ICU. I worked all of these different areas, and people were so wonderful, just like they are today. And so there's this love that I have for the local area and this connection. And I want to see people set themselves free. It's just a passion I can't shake loose from, and I don't want to. So I worked as an ICU nurse, emergency room, neonatal nurse in the local hospitals. I helped develop one of the first pediatric home healths. We developed a project. I had a child. You guys remember the movie Space Jam with Michael Jordan? He wanted to go see that, but couldn't because he was on a ventilator. So we made arrangements to take him and 40 other children to the movies at Christmas. Even when we left, we came back for that. This past December, we 2,158 special needs kids from Brownsville, Port Isabel, Rio Hondo, and Los Fresnos to the movies in over 100 buses all at the same time. That happens here. Okay? And now my driver is economic development. And how am I going to get there? Well, I go back to this 360-degree environment that we work in. And so we are designing virtual reality training for medical personnel. We're designing virtual reality training for special needs students. We're working on a project with that. And there's also the ability to develop training for other occupations and course needs through secondary school. What we want to do is we want to end up in a situation where kids from kindergarten all the way to 12th grade are learning how to use this 360-degree, not just as an intake device, but to create. So when they graduate, they can get involved in programs can be established at the university where they're working with NVIDIA's Omniverse, working with high-tech robotics, nanorobotics, working with Python languaging and artificial intelligence, and being part of the best and brightest people in the world. So, how can you help? Number one, you have to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, nothing I'm trying to do is going to work. Okay? So that's number one. Never allow failure to slow you down. If you're a business owner, you're going to hit bumps. You're going to fall down, right? So what's the storyline always been? It's not about what knocks you down. It's about what you do when you get back up, right? So you got to be that person. Work together to do what others are not willing to do. Now, we're the Partnership Institute. I don't do anything by myself, okay? We always are trying to find ways to work together to create new product lines without incurring additional costs. Support the Renaissance movement of old downtown Brownsville. This is a gold mine that's going to happen, and I think the tech movement is going to be part of that. Once we are able to be funded and getting our contracts rolling, hiring local students that we've coached up how to do this kind of work, we want to build a facility here in downtown Brownsville. We want to be one of those tech motivators. Do not use age as a crutch to dismiss new technology. I put that in there because I'm 63 years old, okay? And I had to learn how to do all this stuff, right? Things I talk about, I know how to do. We have an Internet of Things virtual lab where I actually can access the IBM quantum computers, and they're teaching me how to build qubits for the quantum computers. So there's so much more we can get into. And basically at the end, just talk with us to see what we can do together. And I know I get long-winded, so that wasn't too bad, I hope.
Any questions, preguntas? I mean, and I'm sorry, I should have done all my presentation in Spanish too, because we usually do. Pero a ratito les hablo nomás en español. Any questions for Doug? Doug, you gotta use the mic.
I'm sorry. I apologize. One of the things that we're trying to do is we're trying to get into some competitions and try to get some grant money so that we can purchase the computers and the software. We want to start working with interns from the college that we can turn into full-time employees as we develop products that bring revenue in. We are actually an agile entity within this facility. But we're hoping to be able to get enough revenue to get ourselves full-time established here, go through that process of education and building, and then eventually end up in our own facility in downtown Brownsville and just grow and go. Thank you for the question. I'm sorry? Yes. There's a gentleman at BISD who has been a catalyst in making sure this is all integrated and working well. His name is John Blackburn. And there are nonprofit groups that also come into play here. No one person can handle this. So you have the Order of the Alhambra, the Order of the Redmen, the JCs. All these different groups are out there raising money, helping to do this project. It gets more expensive every year. But we still are able to pull it off. And so it does need some younger blood involved because some of us cats are getting a bit older and we need other people to keep that energy going, to keep the project going. I can tell you when we first started doing that, some kids had never been to a movie before. And then I can have other stories I'll share later with you individually because we don't have time. Any other questions? Okay, thank you. Yes, sir. I'll get it to you. Yeah. I guess I should have put that on the slide, right?
Thank you, Doug, for everything.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for presenting. So I am very proud to say that Doug was one of our contestants at the Startup Texas Tech, emerging industries competition, and he did wonderful. We worked together for about 14 weeks through the accelerator, the Advanced Up Accelerator program that supports the Startup Texas program and acceleration, and it was enlightening to see his project go from it was built, but to enhance it, it was great to see him. And then to get him from a 30-minute presentation to a 6-minute was wow. But we did it, right, Doug? So I was very proud of Doug that we got it. I mean, when he first did it, it was 30 minutes and we were all like, holy crap, what are we going to do? So, but we got it down to 6 minutes. So congratulations on that. So now I'm going to introduce our next presenter. She was one of our first 1 million cups presenters last year, and we want to bring her back in celebration and to update her on her story because she has some big news ever since we presented for the first time here. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Angela Castro.
I'm gonna put sorry. Thank you. Hello, my name is Angela Castro, and no, my public speaking has not gotten better, so we'll try it out. I am the owner and baker of Vegangela. It is a 100% vegan bakery. Well, we're going to that right now, I guess. I was a food blogger showing my vegan meals and accessibility, just trying to post my breakfast, my lunch, my snacks, trying to just kind of bring a community together in the vegan world. Then in 2020, the pandemic hit. We were all bored out of our minds, baking banana breads, baking as much as we could. And so I kind of grew a community on that blog and kind of said, oh, I'm making brownies today. And it kind of just went on like that. Then came the Brownsville Farmers Market, and I kind of owe a lot to them, kind of brought community. I put myself out there. Again, public speaking is not my best suit, so kind of gave me a way to meet other people and people that are doing other like vendors and just kind of getting into the community. And that really helped. I was there for about 2 years, and then business started booming, and the farmers markets are Saturdays and birthday parties are Saturdays. So a lot of orders came in and I had to leave, but I go as much as I can, not as often as I should. Tell us about your strengths. So I specialize in cakes and cupcakes. I love to create new products. I feel like I grew from baking banana breads and muffins and brownies to really finding a love and passion in the art of creating and decorating. So obviously baking is a huge part in that, and it takes the longest, and I love it, but my passion is decorating and stacking those big huge cakes and delivering and setting up for weddings, and oh, that's my favorite thing. My greatest challenges keeping up with demand as a one-person business. I deliver to cafes and do custom orders and deliveries. I bake from home for customs, and I work out of a commercial kitchen for cafes. So if you see me around, I'm at Sovereign in Harlingen, Brownsville. I do also Good People, and we're working on a few more as we speak. Also, keeping up with social media and customer service. It's, answering an email, answering an order form, answering all that. That is one of my biggest challenges because I'm just one person, but we're working on that. I also wanted to include that I was also in a competition. It was kind of like a social media voting competition hosted by Buddy Velastro this past year. It was when I signed on, they asked like questionnaires, tons of questions and asking for photos. So I assumed, it was gonna be based on skill. No, it was a community-based voting competition. We made it through the semifinals, and then we left, I think, in 7th place in the semis. So it was really great. I did bring a lot of community, a sense of, I felt like everyone was telling me, oh, I saw you on Facebook in your ad. And I was like, oh my God, I can't even go to Walmart without makeup anymore. You know what I mean? So, it was really good. And kind of seeing like, oh, I never thought a vegan cake would taste good, and now I was getting orders of like, oh, I just saw your order, your flyer, and I wanted to support, and like oh my God, that was the most greatest thing ever. So please, if you see me out in the streets, I will probably have makeup on now and say hi. Tell us about your biggest motivations. Obviously, veganism growing in the valley. We are adding so many new restaurants, and those restaurants, I know even local restaurants are adding more vegan options, and just trying to push it out there that vegan doesn't have to be vegan. It could be vegan. It could be exciting. I do like um, I'm sorry. I do dairy-free, egg-free, nut-free options. I also added soy-free. We are working onto the gluten-free. So I'm trying to be as allergy-friendly as I can, and that like just trying to provide for a big amount of group of people. That is my biggest motivation, and my family, knowing that I can build a brand and can provide and possibly turn into something more bigger. Hopefully, a bakery, a bakehouse in the near future. Hopefully and just kind of being able to again open the doors, share my journey, and just like share the veganism in Brownsville because it's growing. Keep your eyes out. It's gonna happen. Um, what can the community help my business? Sharing my business with your family and friends, ordering custom cakes, going to my next pop-up shop. I have not done a pop-up in about more than half a year. I was doing farmers markets. Everyone was able to see me, find me every weekend. Now I was just doing customs. I have a huge pop-up in Good People Cafe, so that would be fun. And just keeping up with me on social media, kind of seeing what I'm doing. Any orders would be great. Um, but again, I am one person, so keep them chill. But but it's been good. I'm really happy and I'm really excited. So I did 1 million cups very early last year. I did not have to fill this out, so I did not know how this was going to be. And again, so I did say that I trying to find I need more time management, so I will try to be here more often, just trying to get more in sense of my community. And I think that's one of my big goals as well, trying to hone in here because seeing familiar faces and new faces is really nice, and it's really nice to come all together, and I love it. But again, my name is Angela. I am the owner and baker of Angela, and thank you for hearing me. Yes. Uh, no, I see a hand. Uh, okay, sorry. Order. Okay, so no, I have not vlogged. I feel like that was a lot of timing that I had to do. I would post literally my breakfast, my lunch, my snacks when I would find a new innovative product and everything. I do kind of when I go on little mini vacations, I do kind of tell my vegan page or my business page like go follow my personal because I'm gonna be showing all my food there. That's the only time I'm only like doing fun stuff, I guess. Um, but no, I don't have the blog up. It actually that Instagram switched over from the vegan blog to Vegangela. And on my Instagram and Facebook page, it's all under vegangela.tx. There is a link in my bio, and it'll take you straight over to my order form, and that's how you can place orders. It'll give you like the starting prices for each size and flavor combinations. Also, my Instagram has all it says create your cake, and it has all the flavors, and you can go from there. That's how you can order. And also all around town. If you want just a small bite instead of a whole cake, Brownsville, Sovereign, and Brown, and on Mondays daily in Sovereign Harlingen, and Good People daily as well. Anyone else? Yes. For a website? Yes. So, funny story. I had tried to do a website. I'm not a techie savvy person. A student, I believe at UTJV, it could definitely be wrong, had reached out to me, wanted to do a website for me and help me out, and I needed it for a class. That was 3 years ago and never happened. So I had my hopes up for that, but never did. But I think it was more for the class and not really for me, so I really understand that. Um, but I do my forms through Google Forms, so it is a separate. It's not just through DM, so it'll be on there on the link. But a website would be ideal, especially at the growth. It will kind of just keep everything in one place, and that will really help me out a lot. But yes, a website would be great. Anyone else? Boy. So, um, depending on the orders. So I take about 2 dozen of cupcakes to good people. So that's 48, 24. Then I do daily to Sovereign. I take about 200 items per week. So that's just from the wholesales. And then cakes, it really depends. Some weekends, no birthdays are happening. Last weekend, everyone was born on the 3rd. I swear. I think I had like 15 cakes for one day. I stayed up all night. Also today, I had you guys, my cupcakes. I had was all the deliveries this morning. It was so we're on 2 hours of sleep and a cup of coffee. Thank you. But it's been really good. I mean, keeping up is a lot, but I'm having a lot of fun, and I don't want to seem like I'm complaining because I love the not sleeping. I choose not to. I'm like doing the inventory during the day and kind of admin stuff because that's when people are awake. So I send all the cake confirmation orders. So I send those out all daily, all admin, and then evening I'll go to bake over there at the commercial kitchen. Yes. Um, yeah. Yes. Let's be real, money, right? I mean, that's good. I'm trying to save as much as I can, but life and it's expensive, everything. I am slowly but surely getting equipment to kind of get me started to, if eventually I do open a place, I'll already have 2 commercial ovens already in hand. I have 2 commercial, I mean, regular mixers and a commercial mixer coming in soon, hopefully in the next month. So I'm prepping, I'm getting there. A location and everything else that comes with it. Yeah, money. But I think, I think that's it. Yeah. Yes. Yes. But no. See, okay. Okay. Uh, with I'm gonna answer in English, but I didn't understand you. I'm sorry. I would love to say yes. Like I do believe that I can confidently say that if I open my doors within a few months or of this year, it would be great because again, I'm not sleeping at night. I'm asking for help and family but I'm not ready right now to bring in a person into a commercial kitchen or my home for customs. So I'm kind of limited, but I would be ready. I am ready to open a place. Yes, definitely. Yes. Hello. Um, the importance. Okay, so a why. There's so many whys. Tons. I can go through all day and I shouldn't, right? Sustainability. So I use oat milk instead of cow's milk. Less water, less CO2 up in the air. It is going to help sustainably. I, but it, I feel like veganism gets its credit, its bad cred for being healthy. And I know there's a lot of healthy vegan options. I'm just not one of them. I'm not gonna be here and say my cupcakes are healthy. They're not. I use regular flour, regular sugar that is not processed through bone char, regular sugar. Everything is the same except oat milk. And instead of my eggs, I make a little scientific. I use baking soda and apple cider vinegar. The apple cider vinegar and the baking soda do a chemical reaction and they rise and they get fluffy. And that's how I do it. That is the only two changes in my recipes most of the time. And butter, I use avocado butter. So if you're trying to just do more sustainability, that's great. Health-wise, if you're like, oh, it's too healthy, don't worry. It's going to taste pretty much the same, probably better. So taste-wise, I feel like that's what everyone worries about, right? I think that's what I would love to tell them. But if you are in for the sustainability, I mean, we don't need to be drinking cow's milk every day or having it in our baked goods. Kind of do it, and I love to say that 10 people doing tiny itty bitty little changes in their diet or in their daily life and like maybe recycling or anything will be 1,000 times better than one perfect vegan. So like if we all do these tiny little changes into our daily lives, I think would be amazing and beneficial for our environment, our health, our well-being. Yeah. Thank you guys for having me.
I'm also very proud to say that Angela is also a Kaufman graduate. So she has been through the programs. She has been through all that process. I think it was one of the first times you got up there to present when we did the pitch. So yeah, I think you're getting very, very good at it. So congratulations. And now that you're a celebrity, I mean, who knows, you know? Well, it wasn't that great. Two great presenters for our 1-year anniversary. Thank you both. Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Angela, for being here. I do want to say that she brought cupcakes. So you guys get a little taste, and she put our colors. So we're very excited that she was able to do that. And of course, I forgot to mention, and I'm so sorry, Startup Texas. Our coffee sponsor for this week was Startup Texas. So thank you for sponsoring our coffee. All right, some big announcements, some things to talk to. But before I do that, can everybody raise their hand who it's the first time that you've been here at 1 Million Cups? No, you don't. Maria Julia, you put that. Okay, I would like for you to introduce yourself and tell us where you're coming from. Just quick, a couple of seconds. We'll start right here. Welcome from 1 Million Cups. Who else? Go ahead. Thank you for being here. Okay. So we had the opportunity to be in Matamoros with Adriana last week, and I was able to be a judge for a pitch competition for around 20 women entrepreneurs that had the courage to get up there and pitch their products and their services. It was amazing. And of course, we wouldn't be who we are without our friends across the border. We are one together. So Adriana is here to kind of see what this is all about and invite all those women entrepreneurs to come and be part of this community as well. So thank you for being here. Thank you to the United States Consulate for being a partner for us. It's great to have you here. Anybody else that's new? Okay. Anybody else? I would want to see all of you. Oh, go ahead, ma'am. Thank you for being here. So all of you that presented themselves, I want to see you up here soon. So sign up. One of the other things that we did miss, Armando, we need to work on that. We do have some links for you to present to present here at 1 Million Cups. So we'll put up those links later, or go into our website or our social media so you can be a presenter here. We do this every single week, and we're always looking for presenters. So please, 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 if you also want to be a coffee sponsor, we love sponsors. So please, also, we have a link for you to become a sponsor for the coffee for 1 Million Cups. It is all about coffee. So, thank you again, Startup Texas. But if you want to be a sponsor, we also have a link for you to be part of the community and the sponsorship of coffee here at 1 Million Cups. Without further ado, let me just talk a little bit about some of the things that are coming up. Next week, of course, we'll be reconvening here for our next 1 Million Cups on February 14th, Valentine's Day. Oh, we're going to have so much love that day. We are holding a series called the Health Innovation Seminar. This series is based on anybody that is interested in learning and innovating in the area of social determinants of health. Anything that affects your body, anything that might, be a solution, an innovative solution for that. We are holding a series every month in collaboration with our partners in San Antonio, Velocity, Texas, and the Methodist Health Ministries. We are moving this series to Harlingen on the next session, just to give it a little spin. So we will be holding this at the Harlingen Chamber of Commerce. We'll be sending a lot of information this week on our social media, so follow that. If you're interested, please attend. It's a great series for you to learn a little bit more about this important niche industry that is now emerging here in the Rio Grande Valley. And of course, big announcement, our deadline for the applications for the Quality of Life Accelerator, Startup Texas Accelerator Program and pitch competition, they close on February 12th. We need, if you're interested in applying, anybody that is, developing a quality of life, a venture, services, please apply. Our deadline is February 12th. We are very excited to start this accelerator program with you. And the competition is May. So with that said, here comes our big announcement. I know it's coming out on all press releases and social media, I think today. So from May 6th to the 10th, the eBridge partnership is introducing, or we're bringing to the Rio Grande Valley, RGV Startup Week. This is an event that you see in San Antonio, in Austin. So we decided to say, why not us? So we've been shadowing these organizations logistically in San Antonio for about 2 years, going over there, getting immersed in the logistics, learning about the content that they have. And it's our turn to bring it to the Rio Grande Valley. And our host site is going to be eBridge here in Brownsville. So we're very excited to bring this to you. It's going to be a week long of events, networking, sessions, workshops, trainings, anything and everything that has to do with our small business community and our startup community. We invite you to come and be part of this for that week. So we are going to send a press release. We are going to do an open call for sessions if you're interested. So please look out for that. We are extremely excited. We have great content. We have great keynote speakers that we're working very hard to get to you here, and anything and everything for our community. So all our teams here at eBridge are going to be involved, and we're going to be part of it. So we're very excited to announce that. Did I miss anything? No? Okay, so next week, we are going to have, and I'm going to let Nelson, where's Nelson? I'm going to Nelson talk a little bit about it. Our partners at the Brownsville Community Improvement Corporation are doing, some very exciting strategic work, and they are having some town talks. So he will be talking to you a little bit about that.
Hi there. We will be holding 4 sessions open to the community, on which you can talk with our consultants. Okay, let me rephrase that, sorry. Okay, we're working on a long-term plan for the city, so you can all be part of it. We'll be working on plans for every single part of the economic development aspects of the city. So our work at BCAC is to connect people and organizations with resources to grow the city and the businesses and the quality of life in it. So you can actually provide your input on the sessions. So if you want to provide your input in any of the sessions, we'll be holding one here in eBridge on of these dates. But if you want to come here next Wednesday during 1 Million Cups, after 1 Million Cups, we'll be having one here after 1 Million Cups. So you can come to the event and stay an hour after that, just to provide your input and talk about, well, if you're a business owner or you want to talk about what you do and answer the questions of our facilitators, well, that'll be great to have your input. And well, we already built a community here, so it would be great to actually talk up with you guys about more things that and expand the conversation that we have on a weekly basis. So, well, that's an invitation for you. You can also attend any of the other sessions that we have. There will be in English and Spanish. Yes? Sí. Vamos a tener unas sesiones para la comunidad en la que ustedes pueden ser parte. Estas sesiones para la comunidad son para construir nuestro plan estratégico de largo plazo. Estamos trabajando, ¿sí? Estamos trabajando en un plan para el desarrollo económico de la ciudad de Brownsville y para mejorar la calidad de vida en la ciudad de Brownsville. Entonces necesitamos que todo el mundo dé su opinión. Estamos convocando a todos los sectores de la ciudad, a todas las personas de la ciudad, todo el mundo es bienvenido, todo el mundo es bienvenida. Entonces creemos firmemente que las ideas crecen cuando se piensan en las cabezas de alguien más. Entonces necesitamos que todas las ideas que tengamos se piensen en las cabezas de muchas personas. Y pues estamos invitando a toda la gente para pensar colectivamente en cómo puede ser nuestro futuro. Y no solamente ser nosotros quienes decidamos cómo es el futuro, sino que hagamos las preguntas correctas para que ustedes nos digan hacia dónde tenemos que ir. Entonces están invitados a que se queden el próximo miércoles a hablar sobre eso. Sí. It'll be preferable to be on RSP so we can have an idea of how many people are coming. ¿Mm? Sí. Es el mismo tema. Sí. Pueden ir a varias, pero con que vayan a una es suficiente. Y si pueden, por favor, el link se los puedo pasar. Si pueden escanear el código, de todas maneras está en nuestras redes sociales. Si pueden confirmar su asistencia, está mucho mejor para nosotros. Hay una aquí en Ebridge, que es la más fácil porque ya están aquí. También va a haber en la biblioteca. Y pues en la biblioteca de Southmost, en la biblioteca principal, y una en Ebridge al día siguiente a las 5 de la tarde, si quisieran venir aquí también. Any other questions? Sorry. Any other questions?
Sí, o sea, la sesión que va a ser el próximo miércoles, aquí después de 1 Million Cups, está enfocada mucho en el área de emprendimiento. O sea, de saber cómo nuestra pequeña empresa es afectada, o sea, qué les afecta, qué les ayuda, qué necesitan. Entonces, esa está más enfocada en el área para los negocios, para los emprendedores, y por eso los invitamos, salud. Por eso los invitamos a que si son parte de esa comunidad de emprendimiento, que vengan a la sesión después de 1 Million Cups. Y lo hicimos con ese propósito, porque sabemos que nuestra comunidad pues quiere apoyar, y esa es una forma que ustedes pueden apoyar quedándose una horita más. Aunque como quiera se quedan, no se hagan, una horita más para poder, pues, que también su voz se escuche. O sea, Julie, tú siempre lo dices, que si queremos cambiar algo, pues hay que votar, hay que escuchar, hay que hablar. Entonces es importante que pues estén aquí, estén presentes, y los invitamos a que puedan estar aquí con nosotros. Todo. El tema está abierto, pero la sesión 3, pues queremos escuchar más de los retos que tienen con ciudad, con permisos tal vez. Sí. Son preguntas abiertas que los ayuda a explorar otros temas. ¿Ok? ¿Sí? Sí, ok. Bueno, entonces sí los invitamos a que vengan. Esto es en colaboración con the Brownsville Community Improvement Corporation. Ellos, la verdad, se enfocan en mejorar la calidad de vida de nuestra comunidad, y es muy importante que tengan ustedes su voz. Entonces los invitamos a que vengan y que estén aquí con nosotros. Going back to English really quick. Whatever you decide to do, we're here. One of the things I love to say as we finish our 1 Million Cup session is come and be part of this community. Come and play here and work here. eBridge is open for all of you. We have memberships available for our co-working space, for our incubator space. And of course, this is a community. You guys, you have a beautiful space out there. Let's use it. Let's be here. Let's work here. You have access to Wi-Fi. Very nice Wi-Fi, by the way. You have beautiful space that you can work and collaborate. You can have, water-cooled conversations. We don't have a water cooler, but we have, a refrigerator and all that stuff. So, this can be your home away from home. You know, we love for all of you to be part of this community. Queremos que vengan a trabajar aquí con nosotros, que vengan a estar aquí, que sean parte de esta comunidad. Nuestro enfoque de este edificio es para ustedes. Nuestros servicios, nuestras membresías están disponibles para espacio para poder trabajar como coworking o la incubación, lo que más les ayude a ustedes a emprender su negocio. Entonces, los invitamos a que continúen a venir, que continúen a ser presentes de la comunidad y que si les interesa alguna membresía, que la verdad están muy en precios los de coworking, que nos pregunten. Todos los que traemos 1 Million Cups podemos darles información sobre nuestros servicios y lo que ofrecemos aquí en este edificio y el más allá, porque, bueno, UTRGV pues representa los 4 condados. Nosotros trabajamos alrededor de todo el Valle de Texas y ofrecemos nuestra programación alrededor de todo el valle. ¿Ok? Por último, ya voy a acabar. ¿Quiere? ¿Se trabó? Bueno, estamos contratando. Necesitamos su ayuda. Entonces, tenemos varias posiciones abiertas. I'm going to go back to English. So, UTRGV Entrepreneurship and Commercialization Center, as you can see, there was one person that's missing from our team here that was always here. Berta Lance was, offer another position. We're still within our UTRGV family. So she's going to a career path. So with that said, we are hiring for a program specialist for UTRGV under the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley. We have a program specialist open position right now. If you're interested in applying, it is there. Please apply through our portal at UTRGV. It's a great opportunity to engage with a great team. We are all super cool. So, come and work with us. Come and be part of this, of all this that you see that we offer. You can be part of that. You can be exposed to new networks, exposed to new experiences, and be able to grow your career. I do also at our eBridge, through our grant that we received in BCIC received in collaboration for eBridge, they are hiring 2 new positions as well under this grant, and that will be a program specialist and a marketing specialist. So please apply if you're interested in any of those positions. We do have them available right now, and we are, actively recruiting. I do have one more position. We have a part-time position that's available for the UTRGV ECC. So if you're interested, if you don't sure, want to test it out, this is a great way for you to get engaged. So with that said, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for being part of this community. Keep coming back every week here with us. We want you to come back. We want you to present. We want you to engage. We want you to ask questions. We just want you to be part of a great community. I can't thank you enough for allowing us to offer this program and to be able to offer it every single week. I do want to say that we only canceled twice in the entire year. We offered it every single Wednesday. Even when we didn't have a presenter, what did we do? We just talked and networked. So it was really cool. We do not cancel. We cancel only on extraordinary circumstances. And I am very proud to say that our team, my team, has been very, very active in being able to give this program to you offer this program to you every single week. With that, let's celebrate our 1-year anniversary, get a cupcake, get some more coffee, network a little bit, and thank you. Thank you so much for being here today. Have a great day.